Hello YouTube, it's I, Mickey Richards here, back again. And today I'm doing something I've wanted to do for a long time. I'm going to do an record collection haul, album collection haul. I know a lot of YouTubers do this, but it's usually modern records. Very infrequently do you see people reviewing older records. It's usually just teens and young adults reviewing the latest indie bands and things like that. So anyway, my record collection is huge. Well, to me it's huge. And it's mostly records from the 60s, 70s, and some from the 80s. I don't think there's anything newer than that, and there might be a few older than that, but we'll see. This is probably going to take like an hour or so let's get started. First up, Deep Purple in Rock. Oh yeah. This is from, I think, 1970. It's a very energetic album with guitar and organ. Almost like an early metal kind of, you know, thrash, sort of. It's got that energy. It's pretty cool. Ugh. Most of these records I got for $1.50, by the way. Very rarely did I pay more than like $3 to $5 for a record. Most were $1, if not cheaper. So I think the highest I paid was like $10 for a record, and that was at one of these record shops, and I felt that was too much, so I regretted it afterwards. So here we go. Canned Heat, live at Topanga Corral. Oh yeah. This is a great boogie, you know, blues album. If you like, you know, nice jammin' blues. Pretty cool. Here's the band. Oh yeah. You got Alan Wilson, the Bear. You got Larry, the bassist. Oh yeah, the drummer, I forget his name, but he's Mexican, whatever. This is a cool album. Here we go. Another blues band. This is the Climax Blues Band. FM Live. Another good album. I think this is a double album. It is. I haven't listened to this yet, but I have another Climax Blues Band album I've listened to. So, this is probably just as good. It's in good shape. Nice double album. Here's another one. Humble Pie. If you like on a little harder side of rock, you've got Humble Pie, Lost and Found. This is a compilation. It's a double album of a lot of their stuff. Here's the inside. Kind of cool, like a newspaper kind of thing. You can turn it this way. Tells you everything about Humble Pie. A lot of information about them. Cool album, in great shape. I got a bunch of these albums a couple weeks ago at a yard sale. This guy had just tons of milk crates full of records, and they were all $1 each. And I'm like, hell yeah. Because these people, you go to these thrift shops, antique mall places, and they want like $10, $12 for this crap. I'm like, I'm not paying that for a record. Are you crazy? A used record? In many cases, the records themselves are scratched. And the covers are beat up. And it's like, oh, $8. No. So here's some Iron Butterfly. Oh yeah. Iron Butterfly Metamorphosis. This is, I believe, from 1970. After their classic lineup broke up. Iron Butterfly with Panera and Rhino. I love Iron Butterfly. One of my favorite bands. Here's some inside stuff. This is, I think, basically all of the original band except the guitarist. What was his name? Ian, whatever. He was a young 17-year-old guitarist or whatever that played in the classic lineup of the first, or whatever. The 2 albums. Ball and Inagata Davida. Okay, here we go. Shh. 10 years after. This is a nice blues band. It's not super common or not super popular at this point. Most people have kind of forgotten about it, but they played at Woodstock 10 years after. They're a British blues band. This is a nice, here's the inside. Ooh, it's got some nice evil, ferocious eyes or something. Oh yeah. Here's a good blues album. Woke up this morning. You Should Love Me. Two-time Mama, Stoned Woman. Oh yeah. This is a nice, with long solos, instrumentals, good blues album. You know, it's not super revolutionary, it's blues, but it's good. Similar to Canned Heat. Here we go, some more Iron Butterfly. Iron Butterfly Ball. Now, this is one of my favorite albums out of my whole collection. As I collect more, it might change, but this is an awesome album. This is better than Inagata Vida. In a Time of Our Lives, great song, Soul Experience, Lonely Boy, Filled with Fear. None of these songs to me are bad. Some of them are really good, others are iffy, but they're all pretty good and they're good to listen to. They're not as wild, as crazy as they were in their first two albums, but they certainly have some good tunes in here. Some nice, catchy lyrics, catchy tunes, melodies. Here we go. See. Doug Ingle, right, the guitar, keyboardist, Ron Bushy, Lee Dorman. Yeah, Eric Braun. Eric Keith Braun. He's the guitarist. That's not in Metamorphosis. He left, I guess. And I don't think he did much after that, but he was a young guy, so. Here's a good one. Mandrill. You probably haven't heard of this. Mandrill is like a funk, afro, funk, soul, jazz, a whole different kinds of genres. Their first song on this album, ever since the world of ours began, man's been killing off his fellow man, cursing and swearing and threatening the other side, as he names flags and symbols, saying, peace to all mankind. Yeah, it's kind of cheesy. You know, they're making some statement. The first song on this, Mandrill, is basically like it sounds a lot like Santana, like at Woodstock, Soul Sacrifice or whatever. You know, it's got, you know, screaming organ, it's got guitar, it's got congas, it's got flute, it's got sax and a bunch of other brass. You know, it sounds like Santana. But the album is pretty cool. Instrumental, cheesy vocals, but good, you know, one of those bands with a bunch of different instruments. Okay, here's Charlie Daniels. T. John, Grease, and Wolfman. Now, great big bunches of love. I'll try again tomorrow. Parchment Farm. Tomorrow's going to be another day in the city. Bill Joe Young, Drinking Wine. This is a good album. I love this. The songs are catchy. It's nice rock. This is before country became cheesy and sappy. Okay? It's a good record. This is before Charlie Daniels became super political and conservative. This is just classic, nice rock with a country vibe. Okay, here's a good one. Whoo! The London Howlin' Wolf Sessions. Oh yeah, in great shape. Yeah. I ain't superstitious, poor boy, red rooster, worried about you, baby. Bullet for comfort, sitting on top of the world. What a woman. London Howlin' Wolf Sessions with Eric Clapton, Steve Winwood, Bill Wyman, and Charlie Watts. So a lot of Rolling Stones and great musicians singing with Howlin' Wolf. Oh yeah. Here's him. I think it was like 60 at the time when he did this. So it's pretty good. He's kept up as a musician, you know. Really good record. I got this for like $1, so pretty good deal. I like Howlin' Wolf. His voice is great. Okay. Here we go. This is the Average White Band. Which, it'd be funny if they did this today, because Average White Band kind of fits with the white privilege thing, whatever. Average White Band, Soul Searching. It's basically a disco kind of band. I don't know why somebody put this weird tape on the top and the bottom. It's not part of the record. I don't know why they did that. You can't really open it now because of that, but whatever. It's disco. I haven't listened to it, but I looked it up and I'm like, it's not what I thought it was. I thought it was going to be some cool rock. Yeah, whatever. Ugh. This is Michael Frank, The Art of Tea. This is jazz. This is nice jazz rock kind of stuff. It's kind of funky. Bunch of musicians playing on there. Michael Frank's The Art of Tea. It's not in great shape. Well, the record's in decent shape, but the cover is falling apart. But I got it for cheap, so I'm not complaining. Alright. Reverby. Woo! Reverby. Schumann, Chaplin, and Liszt, which are classic musicians. Reverby is a Italian, I believe, musician. He made a lot of movie soundtracks, spaghetti westerns, did a whole bunch of you know, producing music and creating music. That's him on the your right or whatever with the beard. This is really good, funky. It's like pop and disco and rock meets classical music. It's a very funky 70s, nice, earthy, very earthy, angel-y. There's some female singers, but other than that, there's no real vocals. It's a pretty cool, nice, relaxing, mellow album. Very funky. Probably not that common. This is probably rare. I got this at a thrift shop with a couple other European records. So, Jeff Lorber Fusion. Oh yeah. This is Jeff Lorber. This is nice jazz. Nice jazz fusion. It's cool stuff. I guess this is a DJ copy. I don't think they're worth that much more than regular ones, but as you can see, it was clipped on the end here. If you don't know what that means it was a bargain thing. It means it didn't sell well in the store the first time, so they send it back to the manufacturer, they clip it, and that indicates that it's, you know, to be sold at a discount. So I guess these didn't sell very well. But Jeff Lorber Fusion, nice. I think it's a 1979 or 80, 1980. Artista Records, nice jazz fusion. Okay. Just checking the time. Sadly, I can't edit this because my computer is crap. And this is in supposedly 1080p, and trying to edit together an hour of video would take days and my computer would blow up. So we're just going to do this one whole take and then I'll upload it to YouTube. Okay, what am I showing you? Again, another iron butterfly. This one is kind of ripped up front and back, but the record's in good shape. The other one also has a record that's in good shape, and the cover's in good shape. So I have a second iron butterfly. And I really like it, and I got them both for $1, so I don't mind. Okay, here's a cool one. UK Danger Money, 1979. This is sort of like new wave or prog rock, I think. See, this guy's got an electric violin and a guitar. This is in great shape. Danger Money, 8 minutes long. Another 5-minute long song, 7-minute long song. Last song, Carry No Cross, is 12 minutes. So when you got an 8-minute song and a 12-minute song, you know it's going to be good. Danger Money. I think I listened to this, but it was a while ago, so I forget. I think it was good, though. Alright. Here's some Rod Stewart. Foolish Behavior. I guess it says it both on the same side. Better Off Dead, Foolish Behavior, My Girl. It's in good shape. It also comes with a poster with a bunch of different Rod Stewart stuff on there. The poster's complete. A little wavy, but whatever. I haven't listened to this yet, but I got it for cheap, 50 cents, and I had a poster, so I thought, that's cool. What's this one? Sea Level. This is another prog rock kind of band from late 70s, I think 76 or 77. Sea Level. The inside's got a little wet, I guess, and it ripped. So, oh well. It's not the most attractive look, so I don't really care. The record's in good shape. Sea Level. Some cool prog rock kind of stuff. Not super rare or anything, but I don't care. I don't collect records because they're rare. I collect records because they interest me, and I'll listen to them. I've probably listened to maybe half of the records I have. I just have so many records and not enough time, and I keep collecting more, but I try to listen to as many as I can. I tend to, though, go back and listen to the ones I've already listened to a bunch of times because I like them. Like Iron Butterfly, I listen to that all the time. Here's Joe's Son with Shotgun, Living on Honky Tonk Time. This is from 1980. This is when country became sappy and it was just all about that country image, which this clearly is. He's got his moonshine, his cigarette, his friends at the bar. This is not that common. I haven't listened to this yet, but I think, or maybe I listened to a song or two on YouTube. Record's in great shape. You know, it's country. Maybe a little outlaw country in there. Okay. Ooh, I like this. This record's in bad shape, and I can know why, because somebody played the hell out of it, and I've been playing the hell out of it. Live at the Lighthouse with Charles Earland. Charles Earland is a Hammond organ player, so this is basically jazz. Hammond organ jazz. Long song, 6 minute, 8 minute, another 6 minute song, another 6 minute song. Organ, trombone, drum, soprano, and alto sax, guitar, trumpet, congas. Oh yeah, Live at the Lighthouse. I like this. This is a nice Hammond organ-driven jazz rock, you know, jazz fusion kind of stuff. And I like this. It's good. It's not super heavy like hard rock or anything, but it's good to just jam to. It's very nice instrumental. No lyrics. Okay. Oh shit. It's falling out the bottom. Here we go. Jamming with Edward. Oh yeah, Jamming with Edward. With Nicky Hopkins, Ry Cooder, who I know he was a session musician who worked with Captain Beefheart at first and then moved on to other projects. Mick Jagger, Rolling Stones, Bill Wyman, I think Rolling Stones. I don't know, I'm not a huge Stones fan. Charlie Watts, maybe also Rolling Stones. I don't remember, but good musicians and session musicians. But this album is kind of boring. Kind of like they just threw this together from 1969. Like they just threw this together in the studio. It's okay, but none of the songs are amazing. It's not very hard rock. It's not very innovative. It's just kind of like, some cheesy songs, nothing amazing. I honestly was expecting more. It's a little annoying. Yeah, this is the continuation of my record collection, part 2, or maybe I'll edit this into one video. We'll see. Here is History of Eric Clapton. Oh yeah, History of Eric Clapton. That's just the lyrics. This is a double record. It's got all of his stuff from Cream to his singles way afterwards. I Ain't Got You, Tribute to Elmore, Sunshine of Your Love, Spoonful, Sea of Joy, Teasin', Blues Power, Tell the Truth, Layla. You know. Eric Clapton. Oh yeah. This is cool. Eric, it's nice blues. If you like blues, you're going to like it. If you don't like blues, oh well. Here we go. Wind Inventions, Bill Easley. This is a nice jazz with saxophone and flute, I think, or clarinet, whatever. Woodwind stuff. It's a nice jazz album. A little bit jazz. I think it's strictly jazz. I listened to this a while ago. It's pretty much jazz, but it's good. I like jazz. It's in the plastic, so cool. Good condition. Okay. Sugarloaf. Yes. I like this album. Famous for Green-Eyed Lady, Sugarloaf. is a pretty good band. It's very Hammond organ driven, and I love Hammond organ. And it's got a lot of instrumental songs with Hammond organ, so it's pretty cool. Green Eyed Lady, 6 minutes. Another song, 9 minutes. Another song, 8 minutes, 6 minutes. So some good instrumental songs. Sugarloaf. I think it's also from 1970, 69. What is this? Ah, yeah. Emerson, Lake and Palmer, Works. Their classic compilation album, 1977. Some long instrumentals, like a 20-minute song and some other stuff. Pretty good. I listen to it. I like it. It's in decent shape. If you like long, drawn-out songs and instrumental stuff, you'll like Emerson, Lake and Palmer. Okay. Here's a weird one for you. This is Echo and the Bunnyman, Heaven Up Here. Now, originally, I looked up this album online. I looked up the band, and I could not find this album anywhere. And I was like, what is this? Because the cover looked different. It's all artsy. It's got like a paint feel. It's got like an abstract look. Then I realized, this is Heaven Up Here, the album. But the person who owned this painted this. There's a triangle here. The cover is art. There's this whole line on the back. This whole thing is painted. Somebody got bored and said, I'm going to make an art piece out of this album. And they painted the whole thing. It's all painted, so it looks weird. I'm like, what is this? Somebody painted this. I don't know. Palmer. Here's a weird one. DJ Cool. I guess this is like a single kind of thing. DJ Cool, Classic Cool, original version, Funk Master Flex remix, 45 King bass. I guess it's some DJ produced a single or thing. So, kind of cool. Fireworks by Jose Feliciano. Oh yeah. The only reason I got this is because it's in good shape, good enough. The cover is kind of a leathery feel, and it's got all these Beatles covers. She came in through the bathroom window, Norwegian Wood, I Can't Get No Satisfaction, Rolling Stones, Blackbird, Susie Q, Yesterday, Let It Be. So there's a lot of covers. So he's a Mexican musician, guitarist, Jose Feliciano. So I've listened to it. Soft rock kind of stuff, but it's good. Here's another random single, Little Bow Wow featuring Tigger. Lil Bow Wow featuring Tigger. Tigger. Lil Bow Wow Ghetto Girls is this one. Lil Bow Wow featuring Tigger, Puppy Love. So it's a single by Lil Bow Wow featuring Tigger, Puppy Love, and Ghetto Girls. Lil Bow Wow. Here's an okay album. Not in amazing shape, but Crosby, Stills, Nash & Young, Four-Way Street. Yes. Not a huge fan of them. I don't know why I got it. But the records are in decent condition. They're in good condition. It's a double album. Here's them on the inside, sitting around. Not a bad live album. I think it's from the 1970. Okay. Terry Garthwaite. This is a random guitarist from the 70s that had a lot of those. I guess was a decent guitarist, so he made a album of his own. Kind of a weird looking guy, but anyway, 1975. So yeah, I haven't listened to this yet, but it's a basic guitar player making his own album. I guess he was good enough to make one or have it produced. Here's a weird one. Debutai. This was in the same group that I found the Reverby record. This is from, I believe, Lithuania. Lithuanian band. This is from 1986, I believe. And this is straight vaporwave. The new stuff you hear. This is straight, smooth, synthy, 80s instrumental stuff. It's just very funky vaporwave, rock, maybe jazz, instrumental, you know, synthy kind of stuff. Pretty cool, from Lithuania. It's hard to find this. Look it up online. It's hard to find it on YouTube. Here's Cerrone, Love in C minor. I think this is a disco group, but their first song is like 15 minutes long. So I thought, why not? If there's a 15-minute long song, they gotta be good. Midnight Lady, 7 minutes. Black is Black, 5 minutes. So, I haven't listened to this yet, but I think it's cool. Disco, but I'm a sucker for long songs, you know? Because that usually means it's not just pop. It means it's decent. Here's a good one. Santana. Abraxas. Am I saying that wrong? Abraxas. Oh yeah, this is a good album by Santana. You know, a lot of Hammond organ, congas, stuff like that. You know, pretty good. Great guitar work. Here's the band. There's the Hammond you can see. A lot of players. And this album cover is awesome. Not just because it's got a naked woman with stuff on it, but because it's just a really cool artwork. The whole scenery to it. It's a very detailed artwork. I'm jealous of the guy who painted this. Covered that. Covered this. Okay, here. Waylon Jennings, The Dark Side of Fame. Waylon Jennings, obviously a country music star. I know his son Scooter Jennings does music because I remember once the YouTuber I heard the YouTuber Angry Grandpa was friends with Scooter Jennings, or they knew each other, I guess. Maybe he was friends with his father. Anyway, whatever. So 1976, this is outlaw country. Kind of cool album. Not bad. It's when outlaw became a thing and they were trying to go in that direction. It wasn't just natural, they're just trying to be outlaw. But it's good. Here we go. Jean-Luc Ponty. Oh yeah, this is a nice jazz fusion. This guy's a violinist. Nice jazz fusion album. Imaginary Voyage. 1976. So it's cool. Got a little bit funky, almost a disco-y kind of vibe in some of this, but it's good. I got a lot of jazz fusion stuff because I like jazz fusion. I like instrumental rock, so. Oh fuck, I forgot I had this. Holy hell, I gotta put this with my other collection. In-A-Gadda-Da-Vida. Oh yeah, Iron Butterfly. In-A-Gadda-Da-Vida, baby. Don't you know that I love you? Yeah, yeah. This is not as good as Ball, which I showed you I have 2 copies of. But it's good. In-A-Gadda-Da-Vida, and then Most Anything You Want, Flowers and Beads, My Mirage, Are You Happy? Not a bad album. The songs on side 1 are pretty much on the same level as Ball, sort of, or the earlier one, Heavy. The kind of mixed, poppy vibe while also being heavy. So, good album. Like the cover. It's cool. Ron Bushy, Doug Ingle, Lee Dorman, Eric Braun. My God, I showed that. Here we go. Isaac Hayes, to be continued. Master of Soul, Master of Motown. Isaac Hayes, to be continued. Oh, yeah. Look Out of Love, 11:11. You've lost that lovin' feeling, 9 minutes of cool songs. Isaac Hayes. With some puzzle pieces. It's a cool album, man. I think Isaac Hayes is one of the first people to embrace the bald look. Like back in the day, a lot of people just kind of had the hair on the sides and it looked like crap. But Isaac Hayes is one of the few people in the 60s and 70s who actually shaved their head completely. Which is interesting. Because most didn't. Here we go. The Grateful Dead. From the Mars Hotel. Oh yeah. It's a funky psychedelic rock album. I think this is from 1975. I think it is live. I think. Live from the Mars Hotel. No, nothing inside. No cover or anything inside. Pretty cool album. Kind of funky. I'm not a massive fan of the Grateful Dead, but they are pretty cool. Here is another album from Lithuania, I believe. It is pronounced Panevėžys Ikranzas. Whatever. I think this is the capital city or big city in Lithuania, or maybe it's from a European country close to there, but I think it's Lithuania. It's pretty cool. This, I remember, is kind of funky rock, instrumental stuff. It's kind of cool. It's pretty interesting. I think it's early 80s or late 80s? I don't know. Anyway, on the back cover of this would interest me. This guy has a keyboard, as you can see, combo organ looking thing. And I have no clue what it is. I'm thinking maybe it's like a Yamaha, but it doesn't look like it. I don't know. And there's something on the bottom, there's some words written, I think, in European somewhere. Because the stand usually has a bar across it that has the logo on it of the keyboard. The combo organ. But I have no clue what brand this is. It'd be really cool one day if I found out what combo organ is in this little picture on this random ass album. It'd just be cool. Because I'm interested in keyboards and combo organs, especially European ones and rare ones. I know there's some from Russia. Jontol or something. No, that's Yanist or something from Russia. They have some. There's a video on YouTube. And it'd be cool if it was a nice Eastern European combo organ that we've never heard of. Okay. Here we go. Vanilla Fudge Renaissance. Oh yes. Vanilla Fudge Renaissance. This is nice, energetic rock. Jamming around, boogieing, having fun. It's got some nice Hammond in there. The Sky Cried When I Was a Boy. Faceless People, Season of the Witch. 8 Minutes, Paradise. This is a cool album. Honestly, it's not my favorite. It's not absolutely amazing, but it's good jamming with Vanilla Fudge. You can't hate Vanilla Fudge. Here we go. Quarter Flash. This is from 1981. They're a rock band, new wave, whatever you want to call it. Still got its original plasticky stuff here. Contains hit songs, Find Another Fool, Right Kind of Love, and Harden My Heart. This is 80s rock with like a synth drum and blah blah blah. All the songs sound the same. I don't really like it. It's kind of doesn't really have a lot of diversity to it. So, but whatever, it's cool. The record's in great condition. This one's kind of cool. New Wave LTD on tour. Yes. This is straight jazz. It's a double album. The inside is kind of cool. I got this at a flea market for like $1. It's kind of cool. It's not amazing, honestly, but it's good, nice jazz. Live, I think. Don't Get Sassy, 10 minutes. Jeremy Stig, Reza, 12 minutes. 5-minute song. Body and Soul, 10 minutes. Slow But Sure, 5 minutes. You know. So it's kind of cool. Kenny, Burnell, Freddie Hubbard, Thad Jones, Mel Lewis Ork, Jimmy McGriff, Jeremy Stig. I don't know any of these people, but maybe you do if you like jazz. So yeah, it's a cool double album. It's clipped on the bottom. There's a bargain bin thing. So, discount. So, kind of cool. I like it. I like jazz. What is this? Ah, here's a good one. The Secret Policeman's Ball. Sting, Jeff Beck, and Eric Clapton. Bob Geldorf and Johnny Fingers. Phil Collins, Donovan, The Secret Police. The Air Tonight, Roof is Leaking, Universal Soldier, Catch the Wind, I Shall Be Released. This is a cool album. Them jamming. It's always nice. It's nothing extremely amazing, but it's very good. Secret Policeman's Ball. I don't think this is that rare, but it's from 1982. It's kind of cool. Did I forget this one? I don't think so. Here's something cool. This is Virginia Wolf. This is an 80s band. It's kind of cool, I think. 1986. This is straight 80s, like glam metal, kind of. Are We Playing With Fire? Make It Tonight? Living on Knife Edge? Waiting for Your Love? Don't Run Away? Yeah, it's in good condition. Kind of cool. I think I listened to it once. It was alright. Not my favorite. I'm not a huge fan of 80s music, but I can find it for cheap, and I'm just like, that looks cool. There's another 80s one. I think this one's pretty rare. I think they didn't make that many of them. It's a small band, but it's Faces in the Crowd. Faces in the Crowd. Side 1, Say What You Mean. Side 2, Right Here. Liar. Paula, lead and background vocals, additional keyboard. Kevin, bass, background vocals, additional keyboards. Harold, all synthesizers. Nick, lead guitar. Joe, drums. So this is 80s. All songs engineered, recorded, and mixed by Greg Morman, Morman Studios, Lake, Hiawatha, NJ. Okay. And another song recorded in Roswell, NJ. Okay. Record was made possible by the Big G. And there's something interesting about this record, this rare record. This was signed by the band members. Oh yes. Signed by the band members. To Janet and Frank. Thanks for your support. Love. Who's this say? Harold or something? Kevin. He signed it right there. Oh yeah. Harold right there. Joe. To Frank and Janet. Yeah. So I got a signed to Frank and Janet. Signed record. Rare record from the 80s. Signed. Oh yeah. It's probably not worth much, but who knows? To Frank and Janet. I guess it wasn't worth much because they got rid of the damn thing. But I guess to Frank and Janet, you know, they got rid of the damn thing, so well, it's worth something to me. Faces in the Crowd. Look them up. Maybe you'll find out more information than I did. Here's a cool thing. This is McKendree Spring. I think they're folk rock, something like that. I didn't know when I got it, but it's kind of cool. McKendree Spring. It's got a spring, I guess. That's the design. I think it's from 1971. Folk rocky. Record's in good shape, so kind of cool. Not super common, but in good condition. No ring wear or anything. Here we go. This one's kind of rare and weird. I think this is a single. This is God O.D. I think it's from the late 80s or the early 90s. God O.D. Meat Beat Manifesto. Meat Beat Manifesto. Oh yeah. God O.D. I don't know when this is from, but we find out. 1988. Produced by Sound Defense Policy. Oh yeah. Wax Something Records. This is kind of cool. God O.D. God OD'd on drugs. Overdosed. Here's a nice jazz record in great condition. Well, besides a little spot there. But that's just part of the sticker. Stanley Torntine, Have You Seen the Rain? Great shape. I think this is from the 70s or maybe 80s. Here's the inside of Stanley Torntine. With Freddie Hubbard, Ron Carter, Jack D. Jonette, Patrice Rushin, and David T. Walker. This is a cool jazz album. I like it. It's nice straight jazz. There's certain jazz I don't like when it's just them going on and on and on. But usually I tolerate it. You know, when it's just like the saxophone is going with the same drum beat over and over again. You know, but this, it has some variety. It's good. Here's a good one. The Beach Boys in concert. Not the greatest. I mean, Brian Wilson isn't here. You've got Carl Wilson, Dennis Wilson, Mike Love, Blondie Chaplin, Alan Jardin, Ricky Fadar. Right, Brian Wilson or whatever went crazy or whatever. So, in good shape. Not amazing, but good. What songs are on this? Good Vibrations, Surfing USA, Sail on Sailor, Caroline, Help Me, Rhoda, Leaving Town, Sloppy, John B, California Girls, Plus 10 More. Okay, so it's cool. It's got some ring wears, you know, some edges are worn, but it could be worse. As long as the, you know, some of the records are completely ripped with the sides, which is non-existent, and the records just fall out. Those are bad, but this is not that bad. I'm going to stickler on the quality. Here we go. Kind of psychedelic pop. The Bells. Stay a While. I thought it was going to be more psychedelic, more rock, but it's kind of more pop. But it's still cool. The Bells. I think it's 1968 or something. Stay a While. In great shape. If you're careful with a record, it's hard to scratch it. Unless you're going, or you're drunk and you're, you know. It's hard to really scratch a record if you're careful with them. Here's something cool. Al Stewart. Past, Present, and Future. Al Stewart. Mid-70s, 73. You know, the 9-minute song, an 8-minute song, a couple 4 or 5-minute songs. Not bad. It's rock. He's another one of those guys who made a bunch of their own albums, individual musician. Okay, here's a double album. Any Day Now by Joan Baez. This is basically a collection of Bob Dylan songs sung by Joan Baez. North Country Blues, Ain't Going Nowhere, I Dreamed I Saw St. August, Sad-Eyed Lady of the Lowlands, Boots of Spanish Leisure, Too Many Mornings, Dear Landlord, Tears of Rage. Okay, so it's Joan Baez singing Bob Dylan songs. Not my favorite, but it's cool. Record's in good shape. I'm not a huge fan of folk. I'm into more harder rock, but folk can be okay. Here we go. This is the Crusaders' Chain Reaction. It's kind of like a disco group, 1975, pop, disco. See, the record's coming out the bottom here. That's not good. Here's the inside. You can see. Kind of cool. Here, Days of Future Past, the Moody Blues, with the London Festival Orchestra, conducted by Peter Knight. Oh yeah. Day begins, dawn, the morning, lunch break, the afternoon, evening, the night, Night in White Satin. This is a 7, close to 8-minute version of White and Night Satin. And Tuesday Afternoon, Forever Afternoon, 8-minute version. So this is pretty cool. Days of Future Past, Moody Blues. Good condition too. Here's a funky one. Paul Butterfield Blues Band. The Resurrection of Pig Boy Crabshaw. This is kind of like a Motown blues sound. It's not as much as Eric Clapton. It's more of just a Motown-y. There's a alto sax, tenor sax, trumpet, harmonica, and vocal. So it's kind of a mixed blue-eyed soul, Motown kind of thing. Not my favorite, but it's cool. Somebody wrote a big dollar on the front, which I think is kind of cool. It kind of goes with the motif of the craziness, but it's a cool album. Can't forget this. The Climax Blues Band, Rich Man. This album is not in great shape. 1972. But it is good. This is the Climax Blues Band I've listened to, and I do like the album. I think it's pretty cool. Alright. 5-minute songs, 6 minutes. You know, I like sort of longer songs and things you can jam out to. This is pretty cool. Record's not in great shape, but it's cool. It's got a cool looking funky art style. Okay. Whew! Oh god, I'm done with that pile. Now I got another whole bigger cardboard box. Fuck, I'm never gonna get out of here. It's gonna be hours. Speed Time. Earth, Wind and Fire. I Am. It's from 1979. It's okay. It's not as good as their earlier stuff. They made a ton of albums. It's getting into the 80s. But more synthy, new wave, but it's cool. Ashford and Simpson. This is like pop rock from 1980s, love stuff, musical affair. But the album looked really cool. The album cover looked really cool, so I got it. It's kind of funky. Poppy. Here is Star Castle. This is progressive rock. This is basically a knockoff of Yes. However, they are proficient musicians and they are pretty good. You can see all of them here with their long hair and their mustaches and beards. This is 1976. This is sort of after the 60s, late 60s hippie grow a beard movement. But this is still when rockers had long hair and a lot of mustaches and other combinations, you know. Two of them they all have long hair, and two of them have long hair and a beard and a mustache. So it's not bad. It's some cool songs. Not amazing, but it's okay. Yes, knockoff, but it works because they're good musicians. Here we go. Moby Grape, Granite Creek. I'm not a fan of this. I'm not a huge fan of Moby Grape. They went from psychedelic to mostly folk rock, and I'm not a big fan of folk rock. And most of their songs are on the shorter side. There's still Skip Spence on here, and the usual, I think. I don't think the lineup changed that much, but I think it's in 1971 or so. Moby Grape, Granite Creek. Yeah. Not my favorite. But it's okay. Ooh. Monty Python, Matching Tie and Handkerchief. This is a comedy album. Another clipped one. And I got this mostly because it was in really good condition. And, of course, it's starting to rub off a little. So we have to put a thing on it. But it's just a cool album. It's a nice, funny comedy album, you know. Funky looking cover. Here's a jazz one. Chet Baker, She Was Too Good For Me. Hubert Laws, Paul Desmond, Bob James, Ron Carter, Don something, Steve Gadd. And of course, Chet Baker. I guess this guy was famous for being a drug addict his whole life and being also a good trumpeter. I guess at some point he got his teeth, they mentioned it in here, he got his teeth knocked out. Here he is. From a drug deal gone bad or something, so he had no teeth and he had to relearn how to play the trumpet. Anyway, the album cover is really ugly, but whatever. A lot of jazz album covers aren't very good, but it's very good jazz. Here we go. Paul McCartney, Ram. After he broke up with the Beatles. This is, I believe, his first, well, after the Cherries album. This is his first album with Ram. I think the only one with Ram. As you can see on the back here, it's literally one Beatle fucking another Beatle. So, yeah, there's some negative Beatles breakup. But I think that was mostly publicity hype, but whatever. Too Many People, Three Legs, another attack on John Lennon. Your dog has 3 legs. My dog has 3 legs and yours only has 1 or something like that. Ram On, Dear Boy, Uncle Albert, Admiral Hazley, Smile Away, Monkberry Moon Delight, which is an awesome song. The Backseat of My Car, Ram On. I love this album. It's pop. You know, Paul McCartney went to that pop thing, you know, way he wanted to go. But it's good, catchy songs. One of my favorite post-Beatles works by him. Here's KBC Band. This is basically members of Jefferson Airplane that became Jefferson Starship in the 80s. This is commercial rock, album-oriented rock. They're basically trying to make it famous. Yeah, I don't really like it that much. I think there's Coming to America and a couple other songs, but they're trying to get a hit with this. It's very commercialized. So, not super my thing. You know? Ooh, here we go. The best of Guess Who? These Eyes, Laughing, American Woman, No Sugar Tonight, Hand Me Down, Bus Rider, Hang On to Your Life. So the guys that made American Women, Guess Who? This is the best of Guess Who. Kind of cool. I think it was in 1971 or 2 or something. Pretty cool. Guess Who? Guess Who? It's Guess Who? This might be the newest. This is the newest album I have. This is new. This is basically Julian Barwick Rosabi EP. It's a little EP. What's interesting about this little new EP that's wrapped up, featuring the sounds of the Dogfish Head Brewing Company. So Dogfish Head Brewing Company found this random indie artist, and they made a deal with her, because I guess she was cheap, and they made an EP. So it's advertising Dogfish Head Brewing Company and Julian Barwick Wasabi EP. Oh, yeah. So it's a beer album. That's why I got it. It's a beer album. Oh, this is a good one. I like this. Lighthouse. Thoughts of moving on. Taking it slow. What gives you the right? I'd Be So Happy. Now, Three Dogs Night covered this song, which they're famous for, I'd Be So Happy. But these guys, Lighthouse, they're the original creators of the song, I'd Be So Happy. And it's a very funky, psychedelic album, which is why I got it. Psychedelic cover. The inside is the band, sitting around, a bunch of hairy guys, you know. Pretty cool. I like this. It's early 70s, big band. It's got an organ, it's got a bunch of brass, you know. But it's cool. It's got a lot of harmony singing, but it's cool. Here we go. Give Farah. This is a glam metal knockoff band. It's 1986, I think. 1984. And they're basically glam metal, obnoxious glam metal, trying to break into the market. They're basically a knockoff like Metallica or other bands, I guess. They're not very good. I don't really like it, the kind of music, but it's okay if you like glam metal and that 80s vibe. Very 80s vibe. All the hair, poofy hair, totally 80s. Alright, this is London Stereo. This is Between the Buttons, the Rolling Stones. And they got some nice cheesy drawings on the back. Here's the front, kind of psychedelic. It's 1966 or early 67. I really like this album. Let's Spend the Night Together. Let's Spend the Night Together, which I guess was controversial. That their Ed Sullivan Show mix-up. Yesterday's Papers, Ruby Tuesday, Ruby Tuesday. She smiled sweetly, cool, calm, and collected. My Obsession. Who's Been Sleeping Here? Complicated. Something Happened to Me Yesterday. This is a nice, fun, energetic Rolling Stones album. They're jamming. They're having fun. It's just a nice, fun, catchy, upbeat album. It's really good. Here's a classic. Surrealistic Pillow by Jefferson Airplane. She has funny cars, Somebody to Love, My Best Friend, Today, 3/5 of a mile in 10 seconds, White Rabbit, Plastic, Fantastic Lover. A lot of 60s albums, they have the plastic in there. Plastic, Fantastic, which is I think what Andy Warhol had a thing on that or something, some art thing. A lot of bands use the term plastic in the 60s. I don't know why, but plastic I guess was new. And it was seen as fake or something, or some big imagery in that. I don't know, but a lot of bands use like plastic in their songs and things. References. Plastic Mind, Plastic World, Plastic Society. I don't get it. Anyway, it's a cool record. Really like it. It's in good condition, a little dusty though. You know, kind of a folk rock. Pop rock at times, not super hard rock, but it's good. It's psychedelic, definitely. Here's a nice, funky band. Man in the Hills. Burning Spear. Oh yeah, this is like a reggae album from 1976. Man in the Hills, it's good. It's a cool kind of guy. Burning Man. No, Burning Spear. Ooh. Burning Man's a festival. Burning Spear. It's kind of cool, kind of funky. I like it. I listen to it. It's pretty cool. Not amazing, but it's good. Here's one I have something to talk about. Some beef with. Moby Grape. Just the first album of Moby Grape. I think it was early 1967. Problem I have with Moby Grape is it's psychedelic rock, but it's cheesy folk psychedelic rock. All the songs, you know, there's Hey Grandma and the other one. What's there? Hey Grandma, Someday, Sitting in a Window. You know, whatever. But the problem is all the songs are short. They're like 2 minutes, a minute something. Like, I like long instrumental stuff, and these are all short 2-minute songs. So before I really can start getting into the song, it ends. So I'm not a huge fan of Moby Grape with their very short songs. I just can't sink my teeth into. Here's a cool album in good shape. A Motown Christmas. Oh yeah, Motown Christmas. Featuring The Temptations. Sorry, I have to turn it around to read it. The Temptations, Stevie Wonder, Jackson 5, Smokey Robinson and the Miracles, Diana Ross and the Supremes, Motown Christmas, Santa Claus is Coming to Town, the Jackson 5, What Christmas Means to Me, Stevie Wonder, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, The Temptations, My Favorite Things, Diana Ross and the Supremes, Deck the Halls, I Saw Mommy Kissing Santa Claus, the Jackson 5, Someday at Christmas, Stevie Wonder, Little Drummer Boy, The Temptations, Jingle Bells, Smokey Robinson, The Miracles, My Christmas Tree, The Temptations, Give Love on Christmas Day, Jackson 5, oh yeah, Children's Christmas Song, Diana Ross and the Supremes, oh yeah. So that's a whole bunch of Motown Christmas fun. It's a double album in here, 2 of them. So a whole lot of Motown Christmas fun. Spanky and our gang. I'd like to get to know you. Yes, I would. Oh, yeah. Sunday morning, swinging gay. Echoes. Like to get to know you. Stardust. This is a cool pop, psychedelic pop band. It's got a cool cover. They're all trying to escape the police or something. You know, it's a funky, poppy edited album cover. It's pretty cool. I like it. It's upbeat. It's nice. Right. You know, in the 60s when everyone was slim, you had a chubby woman as a lead singer, and it's just pretty cool. You know, breaking the barriers or whatever. Oh man, this just fell out. Okay. But did it? No, it did. Not this one. Oh, it did. Okay. Well, this is, not in great shape, but it's Billy Preston. I wrote a simple song. Billy Preston was with the Beatles for a little bit. Pretty cool guy, plays keyboards. I wrote a simple song. God is great, my country 'tis of thee, swing down chariot, whatever. Cool album. Cover's falling apart, but it's a cool album. The Intergalactic Touring Band, yes. Intergalactic Touring Band, it's a funky thing. It's a compilation thing made in 1977. Maybe it's a bunch of random musicians. I heard it's okay. Here's something cool in there. Some advertisement, I guess. So, it's a good shape. I got it at the flea market. Oh, I didn't do this one. Stephen Stills. Crosby, Stills and Nash in 1970 or so all released their own single albums, and this is Stephen Stills. Pretty cool. He's sitting in the snow. There's an inflatable giraffe thing. You know, kind of cool. It's me, Mickey, back again for another installment of my record collection. I'm just gonna keep on going. Here we go. Black Moses, Isaac Hayes. I got this album. It's another funk Motown album, that kind of thing. I got this at a record store in New York City. I paid like $10 for it, and I regret paying that much because it's honestly not worth it. The record's in okay condition, just a little ripped on the sides. You know, it's just records are kind of scratched at parts. It's like, you know, I shouldn't have paid that much. It's not worth it. rip me off. Why do you get $10 for a ripped up record like that? To get out of here. But I was like, yeah, I kind of wanted it, so I thought, I'll get it. But I regret it. Here we go. The Doors. The Doors. The classic Doors. I think this is from 1967. It's not a reprint. They reprinted a lot of these. I think this is from actual 1967, but I'm not completely sure. Elektra Records. Right, Break On Through, Soul Kitchen, Crystal Ship, 20th Century Fox, yeah, Alabama Song, Light My Fire, Backdoor Man, End of the Night, The End. Oh yeah, so this is blues, rock, psychedelic rock. It's pretty cool. It really is. Great album. I love The Doors. And some of my music is influenced by The Doors. I like keyboards and things. Okay, here's Gary Tom's Empire. It's not in great shape, blow your whistle, but it's like disco. Which actually is about to fall off. This cover here, so whatever. Gary Tom's Empire, big disco group, blow your whistle. Not bad. I got a bunch of these at $1 at a Goodwill down south, Jersey. And they were only $1 each, but they're in pretty poor shape. This is the Blackbirds. I think this is a folk album or something from the 1973 or 4. It's kind of got a, I think this is a painting by, what the guy, no, the guy, what, I can't remember his name. The guy who cut off his ear. I forget his name. The Starry Night by, same guy, I forget. Whatever. It's, Blackbirds. Uncommon. But, yeah. Here we go. This is Brain Salad Surgery by Emerson, Lake and Palmer. Some people like it, some people don't, but it's kind of a cool cover. I got this for $1, so. Oh yeah. Here we have, this is a kind of a rare one. The Youngbloods present High Country Dreams. I think this is the American release of this. I think it might be a British band. I don't know. There's something about this, that this cover is not very common. Or, well, this is a promotional copy, so it's not for release. But I think this cover is either a US version or something. I think it's blues, country rock. Pretty cool. I've listened to it. I actually really like this. The nice jamming, nice guitar, you know. Here's a good one. Ah, yeah. Whoo! If you don't know what this is, you should know what this is. Yeah, this is King Crimson in the court of King Crimson. Oh, yeah, in the court of King Crimson. 21st Century Schizoid Man, Moonchild, in the court of King Crimson. Return of the Fire Rich with Dance of the Puppets. First prog rock album, everybody. Well, probably not, but it's one of the first prog rock bands. Woo! Progressive rock. The Psychedelic Furs. This is a cool one, a common one. Psychedelic Furs. I think it's from 1980. They were pretty popular. Oh yeah. Cool band. Good album. Here's one of the few albums I have wrapped. I spiced and got it for $1. I should get more wrappings from my albums to keep them in better condition. But this is Santana Caravan Rays, or whatever you call it. I think it's a 1973. It's a cool album. I've listened to it. Pretty good. Here's another prog rock band. This is Renaissance. Shanzarad, whatever, and other stories. I guess it's based on the Islamic Muslim stories. It's kind of cool. Trip to the Fair, Songs of Shenrazi, blah blah blah. They're kind of an artsy, art rock, jazz, progressive rock band, Renaissance. Pretty cool. Not my favorite. I mean, they're alright. They're prog rock. They're not very hard prog rock. They're more instrumental and jazzy and artsy. Ah, yes. Argent. God gave rock and roll to you. It's only money. Christmas for the free. Candles in a river. Losing hold. You thought Nirvana had some baby underwater or whatever? This is this guy underwater. Here's the band. Kind of cool, their instruments. I like Argent. It's prog rock. It's got some organ in there. It's pretty cool. Here's another Renaissance album. Double album. Live at Carnegie Hall. This is pretty good. It's artsy. You know, it's very professional. They're very serious. This is not just them jamming around high or drunk or something. This is a serious performance of theirs at Carnegie Hall. It's progressive rock, but it's very jazz, very orchestral based. Classical almost. 1976. Ashes Are Burning, 23 minutes. Sherazade, which is part of the other album, 28 minutes. This song with multiple parts is 28 minutes. Another 10-minute song, another 9-minute song, another 10-minute songs, and then 2 8-minute songs. This is all long instrumental songs, long orchestral stuff. Awesome. Awesome. I've listened to it. I like it. And you have the band, you have the audience cheering, and it's a very formal atmosphere. It's very nice. It's not your standard rock concert thing. Here's a good one. Band on the run. Band on the run, yeah. Band on the run. Paul McCartney, his wife Linda McCartney, Denny Lane. Pretty cool. Band on the run. I don't like it as much as I like Ram, but people are mixed about Ram because of the whole Beatles feud thing. So, kind of gets a bad rap, but it's good. This is an album that pisses me off. It disappoints me. Jimmy Smith, if you don't know, is a jazz organist. This is Jimmy Smith Groove Drops. Now, Jimmy Smith did a lot of organ in the 60s, a lot of standard tunes and things like that in the early 60s, a lot of jazz. And this is sort of supposed to tap into the psychedelic rock movement, the late 60s. So it looks so cool and psychedelic. But it's just basic, boring tunes. They're basic, like, standard tunes with some trumpet in it, some brass in there, and it's just not very good. It's okay, but not very good. It really disappoints me. I thought it was going to be some big prog rock, awesome organ jam, but it turned out to just be some boring standard tunes. You let me down, Jimmy Smith. It's not 1962 when you did this. It's 1970. And it's crap. And I paid like $4 for that record because I thought it was going to be good. Here's the best of Earth, Wind and Fire, Volume 1. Earth, Wind and Fire. Can't go wrong. Here's Pre-Flight. Recorded apparently 1964 at World Pack Studios and was released later. This is Yeah. David Crosby. This is the Byrds. Yeah, what am I talking about? This is the Byrds, I believe. The Byrds. It's not an amazing album, but it's good. All short songs, like 2 minutes or 1 minute, whatever. It's, I think, 1968 or 1969, so it's not as good as some of the earlier stuff, but it's okay. Dear Friends, the Fire Sign Theater. I thought this was rock, but this is comedy. This is a comedy group from the late 60s, early 70s. So, I haven't listened to it yet, but I might. It's a comedy album. Maybe I'll laugh. It's a double album. Foreigner. This is a nice progressive rock band. Lou Gramm, Mick Jones, Ian MacDonald, Al Greenwood, Dennis Elliott, Ed Gagliardi. Pretty cool album. I like it. Like the cover. Long songs, you know the deal. It's prog rock. Here we go. Here's another King Crimson. I have two of them. Yes, I do. Two King Crimsons. Court of King Crimson. Both in good condition. Not amazing, but good. Here's one in decent shape. Three Dogs Night, Golden Biscuit. It's typical. You see this a lot of places. But it's a little chewed up on the end there by something. But, you know, it's a cool album. No doubt. In Search of the Lost Child by the Moody Blues. Quite possibly one of the greatest covers on an album. To have music that's very different than the album cover. You're thinking, what is this? Hard rock, metal, prog? It's Moody Blues. So it's a bit more poppy. So, cool cover, but it's Moody Blues, which is not bad. It's the Moody Blues, but it just doesn't really represent if you're thinking it's some acid, hard rock, metal, early kind of thing. No. Moody Blues. Here's a band, Spirit. I haven't listened to this yet. It's got some wear to it, but oh well, that's life. Here's the inside. Some funky pictures. Spirit. 12 Dreams of Dr. Sardonicus. Kind of cool. I think it's from 1973 or 2 or something. Nice psychedelic rock kind of album. I assume. 12 Dreams of Dr. Sardonicus. It's got to be psychedelic. Or what else? Mountain. Yes. Mountain Climbing. I think this is from 1969? Well, I'm not opening all the way, but here you go. Here's the band. 1969 or 1970, Mountain Climbing. Nice, good rock. I guess this is hard rock or just rock. I haven't listened to it yet. Here's something called The Flasher. Maybe this is disco, or I don't know, maybe it's just, it might just be like a couple. Arranged and conducted, produced, engineer. There's Pool Pa. The Flasher. No, it's The Flasher by Pool Pa. Flasher by Pool Pa. Rick Stable, Bruce, whatever. There's a bunch of people. You know, so it's mid-70s. I think it's rock. Maybe it's jazz or jazz fusion. I don't know. I don't think it's that common. But some cool, almost naked guy. The Flasher. Flying in space. Pretty cool. Here's something funky. Commander Cody and the Lost Planet Airmen. Whew, this sounds funky as hell. Commander Cody and the Lost Planet Airmen. It's a bunch of armadillos on the cover. This is awesome. I think it's in the late 70s. You know, not really long songs or anything, but it's cool. Probably rock. I haven't listened to this yet. I should. Because it seems really funky. Like I'm going to go on a crazy trip. The Lost Planet Airmen. Here's another one. Commander Cody and the Lost Planet Airmen. Hot Licks, Cold Steel, and Truckers' Favorites. Oh yeah. Whoo. I guess they covered Tutti Frutti on this. Truck Driving Man, Watch Me, it should have been, I don't know if there are any others. Kentucky, Hills of Tennessee, I don't know. But they covered Tutti Frutti, I guess. From Little Richard or whatever. Cool. Commander Cody, Lost Planet Airmen. Here's a Life Machine. Holt Action, or Hoyt Action. Hoyt Action. Life Machine. This is cool. I don't know what this is. I think it's early 60s. No, early 70s. Oh, 1974. Hoyt Action. Life Machine. Pet Parade, Telephone Booth, I Dream of Highways. This might be rare. Kind of cool. Here we go. Hope you know what this is. This is King Crimson's second album. In the Wake of Poseidon. Oh yeah. It's got that same quality to it, that same fuzzy, soft feel to the album cover. Pretty cool. It's not an amazing shape, but these do tend to get beat up because they're so soft. Some long songs, you know, it's prog rock. Cool stuff. Here's something. What the hell this is, I don't know. It's got a lot of ring wear, but let me open it up. Oh, this is Santana. I don't know what year this is, but it's a later album of Santana. Or maybe this is the first Santana album? It's just Santana. 1971. Okay. It's a Santana album. Looks cool. Sadly, it's got a lot of wear in the front, but looks cool. I need to listen to this. Here's Satellites, a brand new episode. Actual satellite photos. Ooh. There's a little rock and roll thing there. This is kind of cool. I think it's 1980. Recorded at Homegrown Studios, Roselle, NJ. Maybe this person knew a record company, because I got a bunch of these at the same yard sale. Maybe this person worked at a record studio or something in New Jersey and had a bunch of these. I don't know. This is Emerson, Lake and Palmer. Yeah, Trilogy. Good album. Oh yeah. I gotta go speed through these. This is raspberries. It's kind of a cool looking cutout of raspberries in a bowl. Side 3. I found out this is a pop band, I guess. It's almost like an early boy band, so not my favorite thing, but yeah, I like the look of it. Cut out of raspberries. Here we are again, Country Joe and the Fish with their original lineup. Hell yeah. I like this album. I like the cover. It's nice and bright and poppy. I like the music. It's psychedelic rock with some folk in there, but it's a good balance. It's got some nice guitar solos and other things. It's a pretty cool album. And organ in there as well. Pretty cool album. I already played this, Cody. Here's Silver Tranquility by Silver. 1972. Oh yeah. Kind of a funky album. Here's Tim Hardin, Painted Heads. I guess this is also folk. This is folk rock. I'm not a big fan of that, but it looked cool when I got it, so 1972. Ian Lloyd and Stories, Traveling Underground. Bridges, Soft Rain, Traveling Underground. I can't understand it. I think this is rock. I think it's from the sometime in the 70s, probably. 1973. Bass guitar, vocals, keyboard, APR, synthesizers, and mellotron, drums and percussion. Okay, so it's a cool rock band. Yeah. This is funky. Hot Tuna, baby. Hot Tuna. Oh yeah, another little cutout there. I guess it didn't sell well. 1971, Hot Tuna. John's Other, 8 minutes. Candyman, 5 minutes. Come Back Baby, 9 minutes. Keep Your Lamps Trimmed and Burning, 8 minutes. Hell yeah. Bass guitar, guitar and vocals, violin. Drummer extraordinaire, Sammy Piazza. Drummer extraordinaire. Harmonica, cool. This looks like a cool, almost blues band. Cool. Hot Tuna. Procol Harum, Home. Sploosh. Whoosh. Woo. Procol Harum. Who doesn't love Procol Harum? I think this might be after a member or two left and lineup changed. The guy who played the organ, Hammond, but maybe not. Bad Co. Oh yeah. Bad Co. Hell yeah. Bad Co, baby. Here's the band. I think it's in the 70s, 1974. A lot of these I haven't listened to because I just got them. But this is a rare one. Possibly one of the rarest albums I have, and I like it. Pig Iron. I think this was from 1969 or 1970. Pig Iron. Manufactured by, well, it's Columbia Records, New York. But this is not that common. I don't think this has a Wikipedia page. Pig Iron. It's basically blues rock. I've listened to it. But it kind of takes melodies and things from generic melodies from other bands. It doesn't sound that original. It's got the basic blues lines, you know, and riffs. And, it's just nothing really amazing and original. It's good, it's got guitar solos, and, but it's just not very original. You kind of feel like you're listening to Eric Clapton and a bunch of other bands combined. It's nothing really the same generic basic blues, tunes. Here's the band Mountain, another album by Mountain, Flowers of Evil. Oh yeah, Flowers of Evil. Mountain. Here's a jazz fusion album I've listened to. It's quite nice. Brand X Product. Product Brand X, 1979, Passport Records. Phil Collins. John Goodshall. Mike Clark. Yeah, Phil Collins. John something. Ron Lumley. Percy Jones. Peter Robinson. Morris something. cut off at the end. It was another bargain thing, I guess. Discount. Here's Poco delivering. I'm not a huge fan of Poco, but I was $1 when I thought maybe it would be cool. I think it's 1971 or so. I think it's a live album. Here's some of the band if you want to see them. Poco! Yes. Okay. Herbert Laws, The Rite of Spring. This is a jazz fusion album. Herbert Laws is always cool. I got another album with Herbert Laws. I forget which one. Here's the inside. Kind of cool. Herbert Laws, guitar, Gene Bertoncini, guitar, Ron Carter, drums, Jack DiGiannetti. Okay, so it's a cool jazz fusion. Here's a good one. Music from Big Pink. Oh yes, the band. Music from Big Pink. Bob Dylan's backing band, session band. Went to a house in upstate New York, a pink house, and they recorded this along with the Basement tapes, which got released later. This is one of the greatest albums of all time, apparently, and it's pretty good. Because it's not really psychedelic rock, it's a mix of that and blues and country and a whole different styles. It's very original. Very cool. And by the way, this album cover was painted by Bob Dylan. Because Bob Dylan said, okay, I want them to be original. I don't want them to just be, have me, be a part of it. I want them to be an individual group. So what I'll do to contribute is I'll paint the album cover. And he also, I think one of the songs he wrote, I Shall Be Released, was written by Bob Dylan. But I think everything else, there's a few songs Bob Dylan co-wrote, but everything else is by the original band. Here we go. Here's another album by the band. Stage Fright, the band. This is also cool. Recorded at the Woodstock Playhouse. Woodstock. Why? Stage Fright. Good album. I like this. I like the band. They're very cool. And this is Wake Up Every Day. Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes. Yes. Let's continue. I got a few more albums for you. Led Zeppelin, the original album. Woo! Good Times, Bad Times. Babe, I'm Gonna Leave You. Dazed and Confused. How Many More Times? I Can't Quit You, Baby. It's not in great shape, this album. Well, the record's in decent shape. A few scratches, not bad. The album's all falling apart. But I got this for 75 cents. So, for Led Zeppelin, 75 cents, can't complain. John Bowman, Robert Plant, John Paul Jones, Jimmy Page. Oh yeah. Iconic cover. Here's a good one, good condition. Chicago. Oh yeah, Chicago. Who doesn't love 1975? Who doesn't love big bands like Chicago? And in great shape. Not my favorite, but it was one of the first records I got. I thought it was cool. Huey Lewis and the News. Sports. Huey Lewis and the News. Classic 80s album. Not a huge fan of it, but whatever. Another one from the 80s. Daryl John Hall Oates H2O. I don't really like this. It's 80s rock, pop rock. I'm not really into it. But I thought the album color was cool. It's all this sweat and water theme, so. H2O. You like 80s music. New Riders of the Purple Sage. It's titties! Titties! New Riders of the Purple Sage. Yes, the best of. And titties. This is like country rock, I guess. 1976. I have a few of their records. Here we go. Another New Riders of the Purple Sage. Marvin County Line. Oh yeah. Not my favorite album, 1977, but it's cool. They're from the 70s. Here's one from the 80s, kind of nice and great shape. Night Ranger, 1985. I believe this is hard rock or metal. This might be metal. Glam, metal. It's in the 80s. I've listened to it once. It's pretty cool. So Songs are kind of similar, but it's cool. Here's Pilot. Yeah, another band, 1974, Pilot. Don't know much about this, but here's a weird one. Original artists, Nutty Numbers. This is kind of cheesy. Haunted House, Does Your Chewing Gum Lose Its Flavor, Western Movies, Little Red Riding Hood, Sam the Sham and the Pharaohs, Beans in My Ears, Stupidly Singers. So there's a bunch of... Ooh, Papa Ooh Mau Mau from the Rivingtons. Papa Ooh Mau Mau, Papa Ooh Mau Mau, Papa Ooh Mau, boo boo boo. 1980. Extract Productions. I just got this. It's a bunch of early 60s songs. I just got it because it's called Nutty Numbers and there's nuts all over it. And it's in good condition. Here we go. Another iron butterfly ball. This is the third one of this I have. And this one's in great shape. I got the classic one. Doug Ingle. You know, Lee Dorman. Whatever. Classic band. I love iron butterfly ball. Each one of... No. 2 of these I got for $1. This one I paid like $5 for, but this was the first one I got. The other ones I said, they're only $1. If this one, something happens to record or whatever, I have 2 more. So, I like Iron Butterfly. Deodato Prelude, kind of cool. I guess he's a keyboardist or something. Pop rock, I don't know, 1972. It's in its original wrapper, so it's pretty cool. Who is this? It's Deodato Prelude. Deodato, whatever. He's, I guess, a Brazilian whatever musician or whatever. Here's a disco band, Voyage. It's in good shape. Kind of cool. Disco. Here's ZZ Top, Afterburn from 1984. Never listened to it, 1985, but it's probably not as good as their earlier stuff. Because they made albums for years. Yeah, my throat's getting sore. Ugh. Pipes of Peace, Paul McCartney. Yes. 80s, it's cool. Good shape. Pipes of Peace. God damn, I have too many records. Ah. Here's some organ album. Another Christmas organ album. I like Christmas old-fashioned organ. I like creepy Christmas music, where it's got the creepy old-fashioned organ with the tremolo, another organ and chimes. Some of them are good, some of them are bad. The creepier, the more organ, the better. Buddy Cole, I don't like all the strings. Organ is better. Oh, here's a good one. Steppenwolf, Monster. I think this is a double album? Is it? No. I think it's just one. Thick, though. It opens up. But this album is cool. Steppenwolf, Monster. And look at the back. This is wicked, man. Look at all this shit. Look at all this funky stuff going on, man. Woo-wee! They all have their shirts off. They think they're hot shit. This is a random German record. Duchess Gramophone something. Ian Sherbert something. It's a German opera singer or something. But the thing I got this is because this is the vintage 60s gift. You know, you'd wrap up your record for a gift, you'd put it in this. And this is a vintage 1960s gift with the flowers. Record gift case thing. Cover. Kind of cool. Here's Rufus and Clark Masterdam, 1979. This might be disco, might be pop rock. It's kind of cool. Here's some of the band. Elton John. I think this was originally... calm down. Slow down. I know it's been 2 hours of this. This is originally released in 1968 or 1969, but this is from 1971 or 2. It's a reprint. But it's still cool. It's Elton John. Lyrics to his songs. The Tramps. Disco Inferno. Burn, baby, burn. Disco Inferno, yeah. Starvin', Disco Inferno. Body Contact. Touch My Hotline. Oh, yeah. It's funny, all of them are black, but then there's one like Hispanic guy in there with straight hair. The awkward one out. One Hispanic guy and all this group of black guys with afros. Here we go. The Monkees. Pieces, Aquarius, Capricorn, and Jones, Ltd. Oh yeah. Classic Monkees. Not my favorite, but it was one of the first albums I got. Here's Poco. Not a huge fan of them. They're kind of like country, kind of cheesy, but whatever. It's Poco. 1970. Here's Usher's single. Can You Get With It? I think this is from 1994. It is. Promotion only. Can You Get With It? And on the other side is instrumental album version. Alternative radio edit on this side. There's the album version, and then there's the minute shorter, or almost a minute shorter, radio edit. Usher. Okay. Go through this. Dr. Birds and Mr. Hyde by the Byrds. Cool, 1969, 1968. Cool record. The Byrds. This guy, Jesse Winchester. I think it's country, but it's a cool looking album. It's just the same inside as it is outside. And it's got a nice, soft, fuzzy material. We have Switched on Bach. One of the first uses of Bach. No, of the Moog synthesizer in modern music in 1968 or late 67. Although I know Mort Garrison, who did that now famous on YouTube Plantasia album, he did a lot of early synth, Moog synthesizer albums in 68 and 69. So it's pretty cool. There's an earlier version when he's sitting down. They reprinted it with him standing because he looks less awkward. So cool. Baltimora, Living in the Background. This is straight middle 1985. This is, I think, from Italy. This is straight Italian, straight pop 80s. It's got a, if you like 80s, like Africa, Toto, and all that other stuff, this is straight 80s pop. If you're a fan of the 80s music, you grew up with that, this is 80s. The Orchestral Tubular Bells, famous Tubular Bells by Mike Oldfield. This is the orchestral version of that. Chris Squire from Yes, Fish Out of Water, 1975. This is great because it's got a bunch of long songs. The lyrics aren't very important. It's mostly instrumentals. And the best thing about this, it's got like a 12-minute song where he goes to the St. Paul's Cathedral or something in the UK and plays the pipe organ, which is awesome. We got another organ and chimes. Dynamic Hands, organ, show tunes. Roadwork, Edgar Winters, White Trash, double album. This is cool. Great jamming. Blues, rock, awesome. Long solos, love it. Rare Earth, One World. Oh yes, pretty cool. Like the look of the guys. Here's the inside. The inside is really cool. It's like a dark hell. The inside of hell is like animals, and it's fiery, and it's just awesome inside. This should have been the cover. Fuck this. This is cool, but this on the inside should have been the cover. And it's got a nice papery feel to it. I guess this is prog rock? Procol Harum, live in concert. Live in concert at the Edmonton Symphony Orchestra. Gary Booker. Chris Chopping is the original lineup. Conquistador. Whale, A Salty Dog, Whaling Stories. Glimpses of Nirvana. There is no... What's the famous song with the organ? Whiter Shade of Pale. There's no Whiter Shade of Pale on this, but there's still a bunch of good songs they did. So it's live. Oh yeah. Rolling Stones. Through the Past Darkly. This is beautiful rectangular octagon album. Pretty cool. It's all glass. I'll open it up for you. Here's the inside. One of the few octagon albums you'll find, if any. Rolling Stones. Big hits. Another Three Dogs Night, their original album. 1967, I think. The Doors! The Doors! Absolutely live. Here's some more inside. The Doors. Who doesn't love The Doors? It's a double album. I think from 1970. Jim Morrison. All the Friends. Jim Morrison. Ray Manzarek, organ. Robbie Krieger. Oh yeah. Okay, so I'm back again. You don't see my face this time, but you've probably seen my face and my bad haircut for like the last hour. But I got more records. And so, first off, Randy Newman, Little Criminals. Oh yeah. With the famous song, Short People. Short people got no reason to live, yeah. Okay, Short People. Randy Newman. In good shape. Here's an interesting one. Whoop. This is, I'll show the inside too. Kind of cool. This is Carlos Santana and Buddy Miles live. Oh yeah, Buddy Miles. Carlos Santana. I don't know if I've listened to this or not. Maybe I have. I have to, though. It's pretty cool. I have so many records, but I need to listen to more of them. Here we go. String Driver Thing. I think this is from 1970 or 1971. I think this band has a... somebody has a violin and a couple other things in there, so it's kind of cool. I've listened to this once, but a while ago. It's good stuff. It's good rock. Sort of, I guess, progressive rock, psychedelic rock, blues, you know, that kind of whole cross of genres with a violin in there. 1972. Okay. Buddha Records. Cool. Star Wars. Yes, I got the Star Wars album. There's Darth Vader on the back. Original. Soundtrack composed and conducted by John Williams, performed by the London Symphony Orchestra. Because why not? When you want an orchestra, you get the London one to do it. Because they got the name recognition. Here's some pictures from the film. Evelyn Bishop, Strutting My Stuff. This is another guy like that Al Stewart record I got and that Terry Garthwaite. It's another just a guy who has a bunch of, who's just a musician on his own. He doesn't have a band really to his name. So he has a bunch of albums that he put out in the 70s. Evelyn Bishop, Strutting My Stuff. I'm strutting my stuff, y'all. Do 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 do. I'm strutting my stuff, y'all. It's kind of a cool album. Cheesy, you know. Capricorn Records. Alright. Here's one of the first records I got. I only really got it, not because I'm a huge fan of Chicago, but because the cover just has a nice papery feel and it's in great shape. It's Chicago. Columbia Records. Here's the inside, here's the band. The Eagles, Greatest Hits. I got this for cheap, so why not? It was like 50 cents or $1. Take It Easy, Witchy Woman, Lion Eyes, Already Gone, Desperado, One of These Nights, Tequila Sunrise, Take It to the Limit, Peaceful, Easy Feeling, Best of My Love. So it's the Eagles. Yes, they're Greatest Hits. This is cool. This is J.J. Cal, 5 Cent. Alright. Shelter Record Recording Company, Inc. This is like a new wave or something. I think it's a 1979. Yep, 1979. I think I listened to this once, and I did like it. Recorded at Crazy Mama's. Nashville, Tennessee, Rick Horton. Bass, Called, Riedel. Drums, Buddy, Harmon. Piano, David Briggs. Guitar and vocal, JJ. Okay. In good shape, too. Here, Ozzy Osbourne, Bark at the Moon. Ow! This is one of those cheesy 80s albums that maybe he wishes never existed. I don't know. But I guess it was pretty successful in the charts, and the teens bought it. It took metal and tried to make it dark and cheesy and commercially, whatever. 1983. Yep. This is after he broke up from Black Sabbath for alcoholism or whatever issues. I think he was more successful on his own anyway. But Tubes. The Complete Backwards Principle. Tubes. And it's a bunch of guys in suits. This is a clear 80s album, man. This is clear early 80s. Like, I guess new wave or whatever you call it. Rock. I don't know exactly what year this is. But cool album. Here's some of the band members. Here. And on the back, it's a tube. It's blueprints for a tube. It's kind of cool. Get in there. Hell, shit. Well. Come on. Man. I don't have to edit this shit out of there. Man, I gotta edit this. Okay. Matthew Fisher, Journey's End. From Journey. Right? Yeah, the progressive rock band Journey. Yeah. Got the other one, Chris Squire's solo album from Yes. It's got another cut, little bargain thing. Here's the back. It's a bunch of people on a train. This is kind of a cool album cover. Here's the inside. You got a Matthew Fisher, skinny guy. You got the fat guy in the short shorts. You got the hot woman with the heels. And you got the old lady sitting in the train. Oh, yeah. Ken Griffin's Greatest Hits. I guess my dad or someone in the family got this for me and thought, oh, it's somebody said it was organ music, keyboard, and it turned out to be crappy tunes, show tune kind of things, whatever, standards. But they put a woman on the front, like, oh yeah, we'll put a woman, that'll sell. Whatever. That ain't the way I heard it. Ann Leaf plays the mighty pipe organ. This is kind of cool. Another one of those basic tunes, classics, whatever. La Cucaracha, Wave of the Dunby, Orpheus, Last Rose of Summer, This Old Man, From the Halls of Montezuma. You know. Maybe some classics in there. There you go. Harry Chaplin, Varieties and Bangladesh. Cats in the Cradle, his famous song. 30,000 pounds of bananas. Sing songs without words. You know, 6-string orchestra. I Want to Learn a Love Song. You know, it's kind of cheesy. It's a comedy rock or something. I've listened to this on YouTube, but not the record. This is, well, you probably know what this is if you know records. This is, Styx, Pieces of 8. Yeah, Styx, Pieces of 8. Here's the inside. Bunch of hairy guys up close. Kind of cool. David Bromberg, Wanted Dead or Alive. David Bromberg is another one of those guys that's pretty overlooked. Apparently was a pretty good guitarist, session guitarist. And he was kind of like Randy Newman. He made a bunch of cheesy sort of comedy, kind of witty albums, I guess. But he was a really good guitarist, I guess, so he backed up his playing. His cheesy lyrics and corny, you know, satire or whatever with his musicianship, whatever. To Mom and Pop. Okay, 1974. CBS. I guess this is his joke on King Kong, you know. And then there's the woman he's looking at her through the window. Asia, a shitty 80s album that I don't know why I got. I guess it's from Yes or whoever. One of the bunch of people from progressive rock bands got together and, you know, made this cheesy 80s album, which I don't really like. Carl Palmer, Steve Howell, Jeffrey Downs, John Wetton, whatever. It's alright. It's 80s. Oh, here's something. Record Club of America headquarters. A little thing I guess I found in the record. Dear member, thanks for your recent order. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. Roberta Flack. First take. This is from 1969. I thought it was cool. I thought, oh, it's 1969. Maybe it's funky. But it's kind of just her singing, and it's like a Motown soul thing. Not bad. Not my favorite. Not my kind of genre, but it's okay. Here we go. Tim Curry, Fearless. The famous actor Tim Curry is also a musician. He's a decent singer. And he has a whole line of his own albums he put out in the 80s. Now, sadly, I think he had a stroke and he's in a wheelchair and he's not doing too well. But great actor. Good voice. You know, voice actor. I think he voiced the dad in the Wild Thornberrys and a bunch of other things. Tim Curry, Fearless. I guess this was kind of popular. I guess it did fairly well in the charts. There's some cool looking thing. Here's another random single called Moving Shadow. Soho, London, something. Promo, not for resale. Shadow. Technical Itch, X Generation, Y Viking. Something like that. In the back is just something. So, I don't know. It's a random single. There's a little sheet in there, piece of paper, on the artist. Technical Itch, Shadow, 140. Early 1997 saw Technical Itch give us The Dreamer, Rough and Tough, blah, blah, blah. Shortly after, the Bristol Boys came up with blah, blah, blah. Whatever. So it's in the 90s. Here's an album I've listened to numerous times, and I like it. It is Crown of Creation by Jefferson Airplane. Lather. Share a Little Joke. Crown of Creation, If You Feel. Greasy Heart. The House at Poonell Corners. Oh yeah. This is a psychedelic rock album from 1969, I think. Still awesome. As good as their other albums. I love this album. It's the same sort of folk rock, you know, singing and stuff, and a lot of harmonies and whatever, but it's good. It's got a dark, yet peaceful vibe to it. There we go. Little Feat. Waiting for Columbus. This is a live album by the rock band. The bottom's falling out here, though. By Little Feat. Yes. Little Feat was a rock band from the 70s. I think this is 77? 78. So this is one of those big albums with a bunch of long songs and instrumentals and guitar solos. You know, they're just jamming out, having fun. Little Feat. Waiting for Columbus. No admission to anyone wearing motorbike ears or metal-studded clothing. So no bikers. Okay. I guess that's at the place they recorded the whatever live. Here we go. McCarthy, Paul McCarthy, Cherries. The classic Cherries album. I guess this wasn't too popular. It came right after the Beatles breakup. Maybe it was Rust. He didn't have that many good songs. But there is the hit song, Maybe I'm Amazed in here, which is one of his greatest songs. Maybe I'm amazed at the way I love you. Woo. It's got Paul McCartney. Awesome fluffy coat and his son. Let's see the inside. Is there an inside? Yes, there is. More pictures of him and his wife, Linda, and his family. Him on his farm or whatever. Okay. This side, I got more. Holiday. The band Holiday. I think this was produced by George Martin, who produced the Beatles. Holiday, I think it's early 70s. I think it's just basic rock. It's maybe soft rock, some folk. Here's Jimmy Mack on the corner. Jimmy Mack. It's in the late 70s. I guess he's another singer or guitarist. He's got some cool little kid wearing funky clothes that are too big for him. It's kind of cool. Jimmy Mack and a little kid hanging out on the corner having fun. 1979, Atlantic Records. Here's some more of the band. Alright, here's another organ favorites. This is one of those cheesy organ albums. They make a ton of them in the 60s. Tunes, standard shitty tunes. And you can tell, because in the back, they don't tell you anything about the musician. All they show you is, here's the record-making process that our company does. So it's just a promotional thing they put out. The record company, it's nothing good. They don't even tell you really who the artist is who made it. This is actually not a record. This is a digital laser disc, and I had no clue until I got it home. This is John Candy, Uncle Buck. So this is a laser disc. Laser disc of Uncle Buck with John Candy. It's in great shape. I don't think anyone's ever played it. I don't think anyone has a laser disc. Maybe it's worth money, maybe it's not, but it's Uncle Buck. John Candy, a John Hughes film. Uncle Buck on Laserdisc. Here we have Mark Ammond 2. This is like a soft rock, folky, pop kind of thing. Not my favorite. Some piano. Some of it's good, but it's just too sappy for me. It's from the early 70s. Here's a album. Here's the back. This is Paul Simon. It's a Paul Simon record. I forget what it's called. It doesn't really say, but this is from 1974 or 5 or something. It's a Paul Simon single. Or him by himself, not with Garfunkel. Just Paul Simon. This is a fifth of Beethoven. The Walter Murphy Band, a fifth of Beethoven. Nice, some jazz. Fusion kind of stuff. Orchestral. Fleetwood Mac. Who doesn't love some Fleetwood Mac? No, this isn't Rumors. This is just Fleetwood Mac. Oh, yeah. From 1975. So it's like a year or two before Rumors, I think. Here is History, America's Greatest Hits. By the America, the band, from the early 70s. This 1975. This is a cool band I've listened to. Silver, 1976. Probably, it's another bargain thing. You've probably never heard of them. Silver, I think this guy's pretty hot. Being honest, this is like a boy band. So clearly this guy here, the one who's shaved, is the hottest. And the rest of them are just a bunch of hairy dudes. Although this guy's not bad. They're kind of like a boy band. If One Direction was around in the 70s and they were a bunch of hairy guys, this is what they'd be. It's a bunch of love songs and some stuff. Good musicianship, it's like rock music. But it's got a very pop vibe. It's a very, I want to be with you girl, blah, 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 blah. Wham Bam. I guess that's a somewhat hit song. Wham Bam. Trust in somebody. It's going to be alright. Goodbye so long. All I want to do. Musician, it's not an easy life. So it's cool. It's in good shape. Oh, I just showed you this. What am I doing? Yeah. The Grateful Dead. The first album of the Grateful Dead. Woo! And it's purposely spelled backwards on the top to be psychedelic. I'm not a huge fan of this album. It's produced by the same guy, I believe, who produced Jefferson Airplane's first album. You know, this is before... This is Jerry Garcia. Before he grew a beard. So, Bob Ware, Pigpen, Bill the drummer, Jerry, Captain Trips Garcia, and Phil Lesh. So they're kind of cool, kind of psychedelic. There's a 9-minute song, Morning Dew, and a couple others. You know, Golden Road, Morning Dew. Good Morning Little Schoolgirl. You know, it's kind of bluesy. It's okay. It's early. It's 1967. It's not super hard rock or anything. It's kind of generic to me. It's okay, but it's not outstanding. You know, it kind of just feels kind of like Jefferson Airplane almost. It's like, it's not really breaking too many boundaries, I don't think. But here's a good album. Mom's Apple Pie. And the only reason I got this because everyone thought this was some old grandma record or something, some old crappy tunes record. But this is actually a hard rock / progressive rock band, Mom's Apple Pie. Brown Bag Records. And it's actually in a brown bag. So Brown Bag Records. The first album of Mom's Apple Pie was controversial because it was literally an old lady with an apple pie, and there was a slice cut out of it so it looked like a vagina. It was a triangular cut out of an apple pie, red pie, and it looked like a vagina. It was a euphemism, double entendre, whatever you call it. Erotic picture. So they said, okay, our next album we're going to make it look as purposely as generic and crappy as possible. And they did. It looks like some just crappy, you know, whatever record. But it's cool though. It's got a great singer. It's one of those big bands of, you know, a bunch of brass and stuff like that. There's a Hammond organ. You know, similar to Lighthouse, the other band I have. It's good though. It's very good. The song. Variations in Name, Come With Me, Happy Day, My Time. Good songs. Catchy. Here's the one I really like too. A Different Kind of Crazy by Head East. This is like some new wave, 1979 or whatever. You know, it's after psychedelic rock and hard rock and progressive rock. It's really good though. The songs are really catchy. Specialty, Keep a Secret. Can you keep a secret? Oh, can you keep a secret? Some hard driving days, Too Late. Some nice catchy songs, nice upbeat band. I like the album cover. It's pretty cool. Graham Nash, Wild Tales. This album cover is not in amazing shape. A little whipped on the edges, but it's a cool, kind of that papery feel. It's got another bargain cut out. This I really like. This almost sounds Paul McCartney-ish. Like if you have Paul McCartney's Band on the Run or Ram. This sounds like Paul McCartney post-Beatles, kind of. You know, they're shorter songs, some of them. They're very studio, like guitar. Very good. You know, very good album. It should have been bigger than it was. It's very good songs. Folky, poppy, McCartney-esque, but very catchy songs. Did I show you this already? Or no, this is another version of what I have. This is Mandrill. Yeah, Mandrill. Oh yeah. Second version of Mandrill I have. Problem with this version is that this version is scratched up. So when you play the record, it skips a lot. And there's one point when it just keeps repeating itself. Pretty annoying. But I recently got another copy that's in much better shape. So at least the record. I love me some Mandrill. This is a great album. I've listened to several times. Fairpoint Convention. This is a psychedelic rock band, psychedelic folk rock, but they do it right. This is one of the few folkish bands I like. They're a bunch of young guys. They have a female singer. I always love female singers because they always bring some charm to the record when you have multiple singers. Eastern Rain, Mr. Lacey, No Man's Land, I'll Keep It With Mine, End of Holiday, Meet on the Ledge. It's a pretty cool album. They're catchy songs, they're good songs, got a female singer. Awesome. I literally got this at a Goodwill, but one of those Goodwill by the pound places where they just dump all the cheap stuff they're about to throw out. So this is pretty cool. And it's in decent shape, the record. So, yeah. One more. I got this, one of the first records I got. This might have been before all the Bill Cosby scandals, the sexual allegations, and now he's been charged or whatever, or sentenced, whatever. Charged. But it's still cool. Bill Cosby, hooray for the Salvation Army Band. Yes, in the 60s, Bill Cosby was a singer. And this is a parody of Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. So the first song, Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band, Sunny. I Can't Get No Satisfaction, another cover. Side 2, hooray for the Salvation Army Band. Funky North Philadelphia. Okay. So this is very cheesy. And the singers are very cheesy, and the performance is pretty crappy, but it's just fucking awesome because it's Bill Cosby being just cheesy. And I gotta tell you, the Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band, yeah, and Gerald Puddin' too. But it's kind of creepy now. Back then, all the women he was, whatever, Bill Cosby. But the record is cool on its own. If you can try to forget about all the sexual allegations. Now I'm just going to quickly go through some of my other records. Some of these, or most of these, are my father's, but I thought I'd include them anyway because I listened to them, some of them. Ray Charles, Soul Train, Dizzy Gillespie, Grover Washington Jr., Inner City Blues, Keith Jarrett, the Clone Concert, Blue Mitchell, Function Junction, Billy Gorham, Inner Conflicts, Billy Gorham, some other jazz, Knuckles O'Toole plays the piano, the In Crowd something, 20 Original, Stars, Slider Bad, Super Bad, Louis Bellson and his jazz orchestra, the Great Groups. What is this? Oh. Cannonball Adderley, Spontaneous Combustion, Jimmy Buffett Volcano, The Return of Roosevelt Sykes, whatever. Some other today's best. What is this? Cedar Walton Beyond Mobius. Golden something. The Immortal Jelly Roll Morton. Manhattan music soundtrack thing. Cannonball Adderley with Bill Evans and Wynton Kelly. Linda, this is a typical one. Living in the USA, Linda Ross, whatever her name is. Here's Sting, Nothing Like the Sun. Kennedy thing, Memorial album, everyone has that. United States Navy Band, whatever. Steely Dan, Gaucho. Benny Goodman, Greatest Hits. Rita Coolidge, Anytime, Anywhere. Leonard Bernstein, Charlie Parker, Volume 2. Alice Coltrane. A monastic trio. That's pretty cool. So there's a lot of jazz here. A lot of these jazz are my father's. Lester Young. Paz in Europe. Back to the Roots. Ramsey Lewis. Kind of cool. That opens up, I guess. The High-Lows. And All That Jazz. Rod Steiger, The Pawnbroker, Quincy Jones. Charlie Christian with Dizzy Gillespie and Thelonious Monk. Cool. Some of these aren't in amazing shape, but Grover Washington Jr. Box set thing. Joe Cocker with a little help from my friends. I really like the Woodstock. It's on YouTube video of this version. The album version is good, but the one at Woodstock, the 8-minute version, is phenomenal. What is this? Cisco Houston. Cannonball Adderley, What I Mean. Another one. Themby, Pharoah Sanders. I wish this had a cover. Pharoah Sanders is awesome. Crown of Creation by Jefferson Airplane. Another version of that. I don't know what the cover is. It's all scratched, though. Rolling Stones, Exhibition Street. Exile on Main Street, sorry. Here's the back. Billy Preston. Yeah, Billy Preston. Joe Farrell, Moon Gems. Herbie Hancock, Stan Clark, Jack something. Herbie Man Reggae. This looks cool. A Love Supreme, John Coltrane. Keith Jarrett, Shades, another jazz. Country, western hits, whatever. Orchestra thing. Patti LaBelle and the Bluebells at the Apollo. Stan Getz, Captain Marvel. Ramsey Lewis Trio. Gene, Luke, Ponty, Imaginary Voyage. I think I already covered this. I got a second one, I guess. Billy Preston. Billy's Bag. Who doesn't love Billy Preston with that big-ass afro? This is CCR. Bayou Country. Creedence Clearwater Revival. Oh, yeah. This is probably one of the newest records I have. OK Computer by Radiohead. Oh, yeah. OK Computer. It's in great shape. They're good enough. Open it up here. Oh, it just shows black. Whatever. The B-52s, Wild Planet. Typical one, but good. The Doors, Soft Parade. Welcome to the Soft Parade. Yeah! I actually like the, what's them called? Sweet Smoke. Just a Poke. I like their version better of the Doors Soft Parade, but The Byrds, Untitled. There's the back. This is a weird one. Oregon. Music from Another Present Era. It's not in great shape, but this is a jazz fusion, and it's a promotional thing. Not for sale, so it's kind of cool. It's a promotional thing. Here's another one by Oregon. Distant Hills. Herbie Hancock. Sound System. Kenny Loggins, Alive. Songs, bird songs, whatever. Back in the day, you didn't have the internet, so you had to have records to hear shit like this. Now you can have like hours of bird sounds for nothing on YouTube. Rolling Stones, Beggar's Banquet. There's the back, more of the same. Is there something on the inside I can show you? Oh yeah, here's the Beggar's Banquet. I guess. Rolling Stones are good. Best of the Doobies. I'm not a huge Doobie Brothers fan, but they were popular in the 70s. The Bix Belderbeck Story, Whiteman Days, Volume 3. I don't know what that is. John Handy. Carnival. Cool funky guy in a sax. This is a cool one. Catalyst International Jazz from Japan. Terumasu Hino Sextet. So it's Japanese jazz. Cool. Diodate in concert. I have another one of him. Louis Armstrong and Earl Hines. Oh yeah. I don't like jazz. Jazz covers are so boring. Look at this. It's like it's all blue. When they do, it's like all of them. They just show the jazz musician, maybe with the instrument playing it, and there's a different little shade of a blue or gray or something or white, and it's like, it's so boring. Why don't they at least be creative? You know, you think the music is so good. Look at the back. It's just writing. You think the music would be so good, they'd make a really funky cover to catch people's attention, but they don't. It's like all these jazz albums, they just look so boring. Dan Fogelberg, and Tim Weisberg. Common album. Billy Joel, Glass Houses. I saw a copy of this at the Goodwill for fucking $10 or $9. And it was freaking me out. Like, Glass Houses? Really? And it was in worse condition than this. This is still in its kind of its wrapper. So, still rock and roll to me. Whatever, you might be right. Don't ask me why. John Denver. It's about time. Louis Armstrong and his Hot 7. LP Volume 2. Something about the oldies. Jackson Brownie, Running on Empty. Captain Fantastic, Brown Dirt Cowboy. Jug Band music. And Dan Fogelberg, Phoenix. This is not a good way to film, but the hell, I got more records in here in the cabinet, so. Eric Clapton. Slow Hand. What is this? Ah, it's Santana. Another Santana album. Might be the first, I think. My Son the Folk Singer. South Pacific. Something. Top Gun Western. Blah, blah, blah. You want to see that. Cisco Houston. Another one by him. Cheap Trick at Boodank. I guess this is a rock band thing. Keyboard Giants of the Past. Ew. Damn it. The 50s. Yeah, we just... God damn it, there's no way to film this. The Who. Tommy. Oh yeah, classic Tommy the Who. Andre Cordes, whatever. Concert, Great Hits Park, March Tempo. Little Gems from Big Show. Yeah, a lot of these suck. What's this one? Oh. Asylum Choir 2. Leon Russell and Mark Beno. Anthology. The Four Tops. Burning the Wailers with Bob Marley. Burning the Wailers. Oh yeah. What's on this? You can't see, but Get Up, Stand Up. Put It On. Rasta Man Chant. One Foundation. Burning. Ooh, I Shot the Sheriff is on this. I Shot the Sheriff. Hallelujah Time. I shot the sheriff, but I didn't shoot the deputy. Some Disney thing. Some Columbia record. Some more records. This is a comic of musicians or something. Liberty.
something. A couple more. What's this? The Chick. Chick. Some band. Chipmunk Punk. I saw this at a thrift shop once, and I didn't get it, and there was a guy right after me that took it when I was walking around. I was like, man, maybe I should have gotten that. But turns out I already have it. So, Chipmunk Punk. Alvin and the Chipmunks parody. I guess it's a new wave kind of thing. Here's the other side of it. Look at them. They look all nerdy and edgy and cool. Chipmunk Punk. I keep thinking Pipmunk. Pipmunk Punk. No, it's Chipmunk Punk. Pipmunk is a YouTuber, by the way. Music for children. Smooth talk. Everyone. Everyday Champagne King. Whatever, I can't read that. Something. Pete Fontaine. Typical. Another Pete Fontaine. Sing along with Mitch. Yeah. Mother sing along with Mitch. Yeah. Mitch Miller. Another one. Another one with Mitch. Fuck Mitch. What is this? Getting to know myself. Had Palmer. What is this? Some self-help thing? Or is this a must-have for every early childhood special education classes? Whatever. More kid stuff. Blah, blah, blah. Eddie Harris. Jazz for breakfast at Tiffany's. Great music. Oh, shit. Great music of our time. Halloween something. Aladdin and the Magic Lamp. Babysitters something. This is all crap. Okay. Peter and the Wolf. Philadelphia Orchestra. Disco hits. Neil Diamond greatest hits. Pete Seeger. We Shall Overcome. Recorded live. Carnegie Hall concert. Pete Seeger. I Can See a New Day. Pete Seeger more. Hootenanny. Beautiful Hair Breck. What is this? Something cheesy. UB40. Jeffrey Morgan. Maybe it's rock. I haven't really looked at these in a while. The Fifth Dimension live. Woo! Fifth Dimension live. It's Janis Joplin. Cheap Thrills. It's a very common album. It's okay. I like a lot of people. It's not super popular, but it's a good psychedelic rock band. Big Brother and the Holding Company. Oh yeah. Cheap Thrills. Got a nice comic on the front. Planets. Gregory Gershwin's Rhapsody in Blue. Linda Ronstadt, whatever. Another one. Nocturne, something. Gregorian Chants. Ooh. Beethoven. Yeah, featuring Case Elliott, the Big Mama from the Mamas and the Papas. Ooh, Cass Elliott from the Mamas and the Papas. Lead singer, or one of the singers. Cool. Something. Another thing. Pictures of an exhibition. Okay. Beethoven. Something. Quilaparium. El Pueblo, something. Music. Sound effects. More sound effects. The Commodores. Oh yeah, greatest hits of the Commodores. Woo! Sam and Dave. Hold on. I'm coming. Hold on. Woo! Renaissance. Philadelphia Orchestra thing. Midsummer Night's Dream. Something. Satchmo plays King Oliver. Miles Davis. Sketches of Spain. Arranged and conducted by Gil Evans. Oh yeah, some good Miles Davis. Dave Brubeck and Paul Desmond. Yes, good jazz. Remember How Great. Louis Armstrong, Count Basie, Les Brown, Cab Calloway, whatever, Cougar, Tommy Dorsey, Eddie Duncan, Duke Ellington, Harry James, and more. Some piano thing. Okay. More albums. Hotel California, The Eagles, Jesus Christ Superstar, that's standard. Fifth Dimension, Portrait, kind of a cool psychedelic cover. Earth, Wind and Fire, the Easley Brothers, Inside You, but there's a bunch of guys in funky, flashy clothes, and it kind of reminds me of the Village People. Fresh, Sly and the Family Stone. Cool. Something from Capricorn Records. Let's see. Get out of here. Oh, it's Parliament, the band. Parliament. You can't see that, but... Okay, here we go. Here's a cool one. Jimmy Cliff. The Harder They Come. This is a cool blaxploitation looking thing. Jimmy Cliff. Another Climax Blues Band. Flying the Flag. Jean Francisco Pallard, the Pachelbel Canon, and other Baroque favorites. Ooh, Baroque music. Roberta Flack and Donny Hathaway. Laura something, New York Tuesday. New York 10, I can't read that shit. Sorry. My first album. Milani? First album, Milani. Here's the back. Here's Marvin Gaye. Here, my dear, Marvin Gaye. Oh yeah. None of the big hits. Side 4, oh, it's a double album. A Funky Space Reincarnation, Can't Leave You, But It'll Cost You, Fall in My Love Again, When Did You Stop Loving Me? And the inside's not that cool. Honky Chateau, Elton John, when he grew a beard. Here's the back, Elton John's crew. Elton John, Nigel Orson, Dee Murray, David Johnstone. The Chamber Brothers, The Time Has Come. Sort of maybe a psychedelic poppy sound. 1967, I think. Okay. Not my favorite. Pearl. Another Janis Joplin. Pearl. Oh yeah. In plastic. Janis Joplin Full Tilt Boogie. Okay. I'll go through these. Commodores. Natural High. Anything good? Roger Miller. The Gap Band. It's just lady with a big gap in her teeth. The Gap Band. Hair. Typical. Hair. Bob Seger Silver Bullet Band. Golden Hits, The Platters. Cameo. Word Up. It's a cheesy 80s album. Pointer Sisters. Blah blah, some musical stuff. Music of our time. Leonard Bernstein. 30s. Pete Fontaine. More. Ah, The Graduate. Paul Simon and Garfunkel. Simon and Garfunkel. Some pipe organ thing. Grease. Fairy Tales. Tina Turner. River Deep, Mountain High. Something. Meehan, something. Pointer Sisters, Energy. Gloria Gaynor, Love Tracks. I Will Survive. I Will Survive. Do 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 do. I think that's it. And then this weird thing. So, the Gap Band here. That was my record collection. All several hours of my records. Oh yeah. Whew. Thanks for watching if you made it all the way to the end. This is not super high quality by any means. It's probably just going to be slapped together, but you get to see the records I have if it interests you, watching people talk about their records and show them off. So thanks for watching. See you next time.